everybody, it's Caitlin with Glitter Chimp coming to you today from my craft room to do a special video with you guys, and that is going to be doing a dirty pour tumbler. And this used to be really popular to do several years back, so I'm just kind of trying to roll things back to how it was in the beginning for me with making tumblers. And so we're going to do a very simple tumbler today, doing a dirty pour on a tumbler using acrylic paint, and of course then we're going to top it with some glitter and epoxy to finish it off. So we're going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to be using this is Anita's all-purpose acrylic craft paint that I got at Hobby Lobby. These are the three colors I'm going to use. We're going to just use a regular tumbler, and I'm going to show you guys how to do this. So let's go ahead and get the camera set up so that y'all can see a perfect better view and get started. Okay, so to do this, I highly recommend you do it in a tray of some kind because the excess paint is going to pour off of the cup. So what I have got today is this silver tumbler here. It's already prepped, ready to go. I have an empty can of spray paint that I'm going to use as my little stand right here. And this is just going to hold the cup still so that the paint can come down and drip off of the cup. I have popsicle sticks, little bitty cups to put paint in, to stir and then add to another cup. So let's get started. I'm gonna set these over here. And so the three colors I'm using today is purple, light turquoise, and citrus green. So we're gonna use these three colors here, and I'm gonna just basically get started with my paint in cups. And I can always make more paint if I need more paint. So I'm gonna do the citrus green. There is purple, and it's just called purple. And then light turquoise. All right, so I have my three colors here. Now these are gonna be too thick to pour, so I actually add water to kind of thin them out just a bit. Not too much, just enough. So I'm gonna add just a little bit of water. And this is just gonna thin the paint so that it flows down the side of the cup still, but then also adheres to the cup. So I want it basically runny, but not too runny. So I've got that one now. I'm gonna add a little water to the purple. A little more. All right, so now we're gonna mix this up. I think I need just a little bit more water. Okay. All right, there we go. So that's nice and runny. So now we're gonna add a little water to the green. And I added way too much water to the green. Maybe not. All right, so all three paints, actually good. All three paints have a nice runny consistency. This one may need actually a little bit more water. Not much. That's better. All right, so these all three have perfectly runny consistency, which is what we want. So now I'm going to take an empty cup and I'm going to pour. I'm going to just set this in here because this is my trash pile now. So now I'm gonna pour these in here just in a random pattern. It's not anything fancy. Just kind of gonna pour a little bit at a time. Move this stuff out of my way. Just trying not to stick my finger in the cup. All right, so I have now my new cup, which has all 3 colors in it. I'm gonna move that out of the way too, because I'm afraid I'm gonna spill the water. All right, so now I have my cup, and you can see the layers have formed in the cup here. And all you seriously do is now take this and pour it on top of your cup. And the paint will just fall down the sides. And then it ends up creating its very own design down the side of your cup. And now what happens is basically I leave this completely alone to dry and drip down the cup, and get to come back later and see how it looks. Now what you will want to do before you finish is double check that everything is covered on your cup, which all sides of my cup look perfectly great. And now I'm just gonna let this do its thing and completely dry. So we'll be back soon to see how it looks when it's all finished. Okay guys, here is the cup that we did the dirty acrylic pour on. And I mean, that is such a beautiful, beautiful tumbler. And especially once I get epoxy on this, that it's going to just come alive, and I'm so excited. But we're gonna do it a little different. So on this cup, I use the Glitter Chimp Pro epoxy because it's late. I'm going to bed in a minute, so it's fine if it turns all night long. But what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to actually add some Copperhead, which is a mica flake that we put in the advent calendar, to the epoxy for the final coat. And that's just to kind of give it a little extra pizzazz. Also because I have absolutely no way to keep glitter from getting on something that doesn't need glitter. So I'm just gonna put a little bit of this in here. And I mean, I'm just using, I mean, that's not very much at all in my epoxy. So I just want to have just like a dash of this. And the copper color looks so good against this green and purple and teal. So I'm just gonna mix that into my epoxy. And again, this is just to give it a little, just a tiny sparkle. So I'm gonna get that mixed in there. And you'll see once I get that, I mean, it's a very faint sparkle, but I just wanna have a little, just a smidge of epoxy, this is epoxy, of a sparkle on this. So let me get my cup turner turned on. And let's start to put this on here. And it just, once you put the epoxy on here, it really brightens up the paint. So, and you can see how it just, it's got very little sparkle. I didn't want anything to be too crazy on this, or as far as the sparkle goes. But it's just enough to kind of give it a little extra something. And these, of course, you can do these using like brown paints to kind of create a kind of unique wood grain look. I mean, but you can do rainbow colors. I mean, whatever you want. And that's why this is fun. You can even do this with like glow in the dark acrylic paint. But I mean, really any kind of acrylic paint works with this, which is why it's kind of a fun thing. And no matter what, none of the cups you make will ever look the same. So they're really fun for like gifts and stuff too, because then you can give them to multiple people. And although the colors may be the same, the appearance will never, ever be the same. So it's perfect. It's just got just a slight sparkle. And with the flakes like this, it actually won't take away from like the color. It doesn't add any color to the epoxy. So you don't lose the color that's behind the cup. It's like the paint. So just a very cool and unique look that you end up with the dirty pour. So pretty. Get the bottom here. All right, so now, that's so pretty. All right, so what I'm gonna do, set my epoxy off to the side, take my glove off, well, both my gloves, and now get the torch to pop any micro bubbles that may be lingering, because there will be some. Oh man, I'm out of gas. There we go. Oh man, I've got to get a new torch. All right, so that's gonna now spin overnight. We're gonna let that cure and we'll come back tomorrow. Well, and for you guys, for you tomorrow, it's like literally a jump cut to the next part. But we'll come back and show you guys the final product once it is finished curing. All right, you guys, here is our Dirty Pour acrylic tumbler. And it's beautiful. Again, I like doing these. Y'all saw how quick this video went. I mean, it's fast to do one of these. The longest thing you're waiting for is the paint to dry. And I mean, it's got such a cool, unique design. The colors pop so much once you get epoxy on the top of them. And then when we added copperhead to it, just to give it a little sparkle. I hope y'all can see it in the video how it's sparkling. But I mean, this thing turned out beautiful. This only has one coat of epoxy on it. I mean, right now, basically, I could either be done with this and give it away as is, or put a decal on there with their name or whatever they want on there and just add another coat of epoxy. So it'd have 2 coats of epoxy on it. But I mean, it turned out great. I really like this. Keely already told me she wants to take it, and I said, no. But all you have to do for these, I mean, if you have any paint drips on here, use an X-Acto knife, cut around the edge to get rid of any of the drips that may be on there. And I mean, it comes off very easily, just like you would cleaning out the rim of a cup. But I mean, come on, that is super cute. I'm gonna have to take a picture of this just like on all angles. so that you guys can see how cute that is. Because look at, you got one side that's got a lot more of the green to it. This has a lot more of the teal and the purple. It's just super cool, super unique how it turns out. I love making these. They're so much fun. But anyway, so that's our video for today with doing a dirty acrylic pour on a tumbler. As I said before, you can do this as a wood grain type look if you use different kinds of shades of browns and cream colors. But anyway, so it's just a fun, unique way to make a cup, and super duper quick and easy. Longest thing you're waiting for, again, is dry time. So that's our video for today. We will be doing another video again tomorrow, so that you guys can see what we do next for our National Crafters Month. And again, we're doing a whole series, so there's gonna be literally a video every single day. I'm probably gonna be uploading 2 today because I missed a day on the 2nd when I couldn't get the internet to work to upload the video that I did. So no big deal, I'll just do 2 today. Anyways, if you'll have any questions, please comment below. I'll make sure to answer as quickly as possible. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe to our Facebook channel, which is Tumbler TV, and hit that notification bell so you never miss any of our tutorials. We are again doing one every day this month for the month of March. So get ready for a ton of content coming at you guys. If you have any questions though that you don't think can be answered in the comments below, send us an email at info@glitterchimp.com and we will answer as quickly as we possibly can. Otherwise, join our Facebook page and our Facebook group, and which is just Glitter Chimp, and there's a huge community in there that we're always willing to help and answer as many questions as we can. So we hope you guys have a great rest of your weekend, and we will see you guys again very soon.